Makio, kindly sit down. Alam mo yung trabaho ko sa totoo lang. Even the laws that are passed in Congress, you won't believe it. They don't tire legislating, pero I don't know what the impact is. But as a lawyer, just like you, you do not sign anything until you read it altogether. Executive Secretary Salvador Medaldia and the other members of the Cabinet, executive officers, board of directors, and members of the Prosecutors League of the Philippines, led by its President Erwin Maraya, Palawan Provincial Governor Jose Alvarez, Prosecutor General Antonio Padulyon. I think I saw the city mayor. I don't know if he's here. The other distinguished members of the league, ladies and gentlemen. I am happy once again to join my fellow prosecutors and other key officials of the Department of Justice in this annual gathering that seeks to unite and strengthen the National Prosecution Service. Halfway through my term, I am proud to have served our nation with you, the hard-working men and women of the Prosecutors League. In the past 3 years, you have shown your unwavering commitment and wholehearted support for this administration, especially in our campaign against criminality, illegal drugs, and corruption. As a former prosecutor, I understand the very important role that you play in the administration of justice, which unfortunately involves antagonizing lawless elements, hardened criminals, and their powerful backers. The assassination of prosecutors across the country have highlighted the danger that prosecutors and their respective families that they endure. Rest assured that with all our law enforcement agencies in our help are expediting the investigation of these assassination cases. I also encourage the leadership of the Prosecutors League to work with the Philippine National Police, the National Bureau of Investigation, and the other relevant agencies to come up with solutions on how to better protect our prosecutors and families. Paano nga? Paano? I was once a prosecutor. I was, that would be about years ago. In Davao City, I would not want to pull my own chair in front of you. Pare-pareho lang naman tayo. But I was assigned to investigate police and military officers, martial law time, and high-profile drunken rebel leaders. And I had suffered a strafing of my house, GIS, and all sorts of the wife and the children, any photographs sent to you. Those were things that they wanted to do, either coming from all sources and profiling the targets, not them. So, alam ko kung gaano kahirap. To think that I was once, alam ito ng military, when I was campaigning for the mayorship, I went to the mountains kasi you have to campaign. And I was taken hostage by the NPAs. I endured sitting on a rock na ang sakit ng puwet ko kasi yung bato ang shape parang mayong volcano tapos doon ako nilapin. So sabi ko, well, kung patayin ninyo ako because sa trabaho ko, wala man akong magawa. There is always a time for everybody to die. If it's my time, it's my time. But let the world know na pinatay ninyo ako dahil sa trabaho ko. Yun na lang ang konsuelo ko. Hindi nila ako pinatay ang mga gago. Di ngayon, balikan ko sila. Well, but, because of that, we became friends. And actually, during the last election, at least in Mindanao, lahat ng NPA, I said we became fast friends. So much so that I was the one going in and out of the mountains and ranges of Mindanao, retrieving the hostage soldiers and policemen. And we had a good rapport because pareho ang horizons namin. Kami naman migrants and, well, you know, the life of a migrant, you start off in a strange land and it was really hardship. And I realized the social ramifications of how a Filipino would have to undergo so many things in his life. Go to Mindanao because it is a land of promise, when after all there was really none. Because when the Spaniards and the Americans went out, they gave the choicest lands to the elite. Kaya, I do not hate rich people, but I'm sure you have heard me talking about the elite who are abusing our country and taking advantage of their influence. Well, of course, they had the money, getting the choicest contracts, and not doing it. And not doing it and collecting the people's money. Hindi naman ako sabihin mas, but sinabi ko, I ordered the review of the contracts. And here comes Deron saying that be careful. Be careful of what? Be careful of what? Pareho man kami dumaan ng Department of Justice. Why should I be very careful in reviewing contracts that are not to the interest of the people? And the onerous and burden provisions there that the people have to honor. So, you think that I will allow it? Just because we cannot impair the obligation of our contracts? You know, sabihin ko sa iyo, you push me, nandyan yung media. Nabi ko sa kanila, ni-warningan ko. Sabi ko ninyo, pag ginanyan ko, I have enough problems with criminality, drugs, rebellion and all. Pero pag ako ang pinaabot ninyo ng sagad, I will declare the suspension of the writ of habeas corpus. And I will arrest all of you. So kung ninyo ako, kasama kayo sa mga rebelde, mga kriminal, pati yung mga durugista. Then pahirapan mo ako, I will declare a revolutionary war until the end of my term. Then pasensyahan tayo. Come what may, hell or otherwise. I'm willing to be hanged. I'm willing to die. Kung hindi ako gaya sa kanila just being complacent, say, be careful of legalities, what? Putang ina. How dare you say that to me, Mr. Drilon? Sa inyo yan eh. There is a contract, sir. The Republic, this Republic of the Philippines, cannot hinder or hinder, cannot interrupt in the matter of the rates. Ano? Kaya ako sabi ko, tinapon mas cabinet meeting, was it last night? The other night. So ayusin ninyo. I will not honor bullshit ninyo. Eh ano, kung magkagulo tayo. Do not push me to the wall. Ay, alam mo, naging presidente ako dahil sa anong tao. Pag tinulak ninyo ako sa isang kanto, I will not. For what? You know, in one of the conference namin, command conference with the police and the entire armed forces, galing ako doon solving the Nayong Pilipino. I terminated all board members. Why? Because one is wala silang bidding. I've been telling them, bidding talaga. A bidding that is not rigged, a bidding that is fair, and most of all, a bidding that will protect government interests. Sinasabi ko yan pa ulit. So have no bidding, they awarded it, and they decided to allow in Nayong Pilipino a gambling casino. What's the relevance of a gambling casino in a Nayong Pilipino? Sira ulot. Kung galing ako doon, pagpunta ako doon sa command conference, nakita ko yung report ni DES na may ghost delivery sa medicine sa AFP Hospital. Kaya talaga ako na pumutok, sabi ko, na if the armed forces major command, their commanders would stand up, I will step down and resign tonight. I will go home to Davao. Bahala kayo. And in one of the meetings, the second time, nagalit rin ako because this was this cabinet member who was sitting or not doing at all yung conversions. Yung conversions, malaking pera yan. That's why yung conversion, yung reclamation, kinuha ko. I'm not doing anything about it. I do not decide. You know, I do not allow transactions, contracts of government involving public or private funds on my table, either sa opisina o sa kwarto. Wala sila. It begins and ends with the cabinet member. Hanggang dyan lang ako. Kaya wala akong mabaon baski piso. You think that you can get 1 peso from my pocket when I retire? Extrajudicial killing. You want to crucify me? Buhay, nandiyan pa man si Alunan. He's still alive. I was in Mayo then, and we were called to Malacanang. And he told us that he was called by the DEA, that's the Department, Department of Enforcement of Drugs Administration. Pinatawag niya kami, sabi niya, at the time Marcos was still the president. Sabi niya, sinabihan rin siya ng Amerikano, at the rate that your country is being swallowed by small time pang shabu yung parang all around the country. Tingi. In due time, you will become a narco state. And all those years, nakita naman ninyo paano naglaro ang droga dito. It was by the thousands, then it became millions. Now, today, at any given time, tignan mo yung crawler ng television, ito yung tumatakbo. See, there is always a crime-related incident, criminality, and billions na ngayon. Some say, are we succeeding? Because if we are succeeding, wala nang droga. That's too simplistic. Drug is a world issue. Lahat tinatamaan na ngayon. May Sri Lanka. Gusto niya sundin ang Pilipinas, patay. No? But I never said, you kill Alfredo Santos there. Or you kill drug lord Ho Chi Minh. Ang sinabi ko, do not destroy my country. Because if you destroy my country, I will kill you. That's what I said when I was new mayor in Davao City. I'm going to build a city, a comfortable one. Not with all the progress at once and develop overnight. But I'm going to build you a city that will be comfortable to all of you. And I will return the public streets, alleys, plazas, and all to you. And I told the police, chiefs of police everywhere, call them. I want you to ask your wife and daughter to walk about the streets in your area of jurisdiction. If they come home unmolested, unbridled by any whatever, hindi na rape, hindi na bastos, then that is the standard that I want you to follow. If you fall short of that, then your city is not peaceful. Magmabutit makaintindihan. This is the first time I mentioned revolutionary government. They always do that sa opposition, mag-diktador daw ako You know, I'm not stupid like them. But if you push mo to the wall, then adieu how stupidity works. Ganun lang. Pamulitika, what is there to hunker for another term? What do you get? Doon sa cabinet meeting, sinabi ko, here is a guy, you give us a sort of a syllabus. Sabi ko, bakit yung delay, ganun na lang. Then when he presented clearance from the Sangguniang, clearance from the BIR, clearance from... So while he was presenting to the cabinet, I stood up and I said, look, sir, that is not for me. That is for the next president maybe, or 2 more presidents. Yan ang problema sa gobyerno. It's really the red tape. It's the so many requirements, and they do not move on time. Because you have to going back until mag-surrender ka, magbigay ka. Sinabi ko na sa kanila, ayaw ko yung ganon. So this time, I would just only give them 15 days. And for the cabinet members, 30 days. Kung hindi nyo matapos, whether meritorious or not, itapon mo sa basura yung putang inang hinahawakan mo na papel. If you cannot finish it, whether it is really a good contract, hindi mo natapos, tapon mo sa basurahan. Huwag niyo akong bigyan ng bullshit na ganong, at least not with me. Yan ang And there are so many practices sa pulis na sa karami, pati itong pulis nalilito na. May disciplinary action sa region, ang chief of police, tapos nandiyan pa yung Polcom, then nandiyan di malaman ng pulis kung saan siya pupunta. About time that they should be, before it was dinapolcom, ibalik po doon. Rather than give everybody a jurisdiction, may fiscal pa. Ang pulis hindi niya malaman kung ano. I've been 23 mayors of Davao City. And I know how it works. And I know where it is going to end at the end of the day kung ganito ang bayan. Wala pa kaming kain, ha? Kumain na kayo? Hinto na ako. Okay lang man. Gaya nitong, this is not to offend the prosecutor sa Lapu-Lapu. Are you here? Yung sa Lapu-Lapu na tinawagan ko, yung babae yung binalatan yung muka. So he ordered him to arrest the next time, ihulog mo na lang doon sa dagat. Bakit ba pa? You know, there are so many archaic, I would not say obsolete, because it could apply in areas where it is really appropriate to do it. But itong hot pursuit, tagal yan, panahon pa ni Kristo yan. Kaya sa hinabol ng Hudiyo because of the hot pursuit. Hindi pa ka kudigo pinal yan eh. Look, let us be realistic. Yang hot pursuit na yan, that's the original case. Tignan ninyo. It was during the time na maghabulan pa kayo ng kabayo, na wala pang tao ang mundo. And the world at that time was so big. There was a space wherever you are, you can be seen. Ang panahon ngayon, it's a global village. And around it's just like a wiring ng isang machine. It's just like the nuances of a... Pag sinabi mong hot pursuit, kung sundin ko yung hot pursuit, talo tayo lahat sa gobyerno. Kaya magdating tuloy ng ganuna na lang. Hot pursuit. Noon kasi, magtagpo yan, magdating itong mga katsilat, sige, bulan sila dyan. But hot pursuit now is may patayin ka sa Pasay. Pupunta ka dito sa airport, bili ka ng ticket, maglipad ka ng Davao. How hot pursuit can operate? How would the principle of hot pursuit be applied now? But it's in the book. And you have to follow the characterization, hindi yung definition. The characterization ng hot pursuit. Maghabulan na walang interruption. That is crazy. Now it is really a crazy notion. Kasi kung magsakay lang ng jeep yan, habulin mo dito, magka-traffic, tapos may traffic jam, wala na yan. Kung maglipad yan ng probinsya, then you have to make a follow-up. Nakita ba ninyo ito? So where would be he headed to? Kaya usually niyang taga-saang probinsya ni from Davao, the most likely place that he would take refuge would be Davao. Dahil magtawagan pa yan. The world now is so complicated. Simply, the archaic hot pursuit, alisin na ninyo yan. Do not obey it because if nothing develops in the years to come, it will continue to hound us. Ang hot pursuit, it is not a physical thing that you see two people running. The prey and the predator. Na maghabulan sila kung saan-saan. Hindi talaga, it cannot fit into the cycle of hot pursuit. There is a pursuit for as long as there is an investigator assigned and he studies there and makes some projection of probabilities kung saan mismo ko siya makita. And I call the regional commanders if they're to issue an alert, a lookout. Pag nakita doon, maglipad ang, or as long as the government is active in a case, it is still hot pursuit. It does not refer to a physical thing, I said the characterization, na maghabulan kayo dito hanggang Laguna. Sige, takbo. Yan that's the characterization, di ba? Walang interruption. Paano tayo ngayon? Paano yung pulis? Paano yung tao? Sabi nila, ano daw ako? Now, when I became mayor, maganda naman anak. Kaya mga taga Davao. Bakit walang droga? Meron tingi. Tapos, extrajudicial killing, look, stupid. As mayor and as president, I can say what I want to say. Pag sinabi kong papatayin kita, that is one, it could be a truism, or tinatakot ko ang lahat para mag-tipto. Yan ang ko. Ang problema, nandyan, nakikinig ang mga, pero kayong nakikinig, bantay ka, tutuhanan niya ito, istorya lang ito dito. Storytelling lang dito. Kaya mga kriminal nakikinig, putang ina. Ang sabi ko, noong Davao malinis na, sabi ko, why? Can't you not give every Filipino at least, hindi naman ako puputok kasi yung bomba. But it's an altogether different thing. That's terrorism. We cannot have, for as long as there is ISIS, this thing will last for 1,000 years. Pero yung iba, anong gusto mo? Patayin ko o takutin ko? O pag sinabi kong, papatayin kita, it might be a deterrent. The words itself. Coming from the mouth of a mayor or a president, baka matakot kita. Ikaw sung patayin na lang kita, wala akong sabihin. Just sabihin ko doon sa mga police, sige, bahala kayo. Magbidlab tayo dito. So I said, I am going to build a city. I will return the public places to the people. That they walang hold up dito, walang ganon. And so it has come to pass nga ganon nga. Ang taga Davao, kaya ayaw na magbili ng ibang tao. Wala na nakita kung Duterte lang. May dumating isang Duterte, isa pa rin, pati lahat, binubugbog na, pati yung sirip, wala nang patawad lahat. Sabi ko, what is wrong in this statement? I am the president. There's the Abu Sayyaf, there's the ISIS, there's a rampaging the drug problem. What is wrong when I say, do not destroy my country because I will kill you? Bigyan. Tell me what is wrong with that. Sinong presidente na hindi pwede makasabi ng gano'n. Taken in the context of what is happening to our country today. If you do that, you say that in Japan, or in Norway, Sweden, Denmark, wala yan. Pero dito ngayon, kung sabihin mo yan, sabihin mo ba mali yan? If you persist in feeding shabu to our children, I will really kill you. Ang order ko naman sa police is, go out and destroy the apparatus of the drug industry. It also includes killing people. How can you fight lawlessness? Igawa mong impotent yung mga with so many restrictions. Gusto ninyong malaman ilan ang pulis na matay ko? Almost 1,000 plus. Pagka-presidente ko, mga 600. Akala mo ba patay lang ng patay ang pulis ko? Karami akong pulis kaya namatay. Sundalo. Now, answer me with a sensible. What precipitated the war in Marawi? Was it an open ceremony of declaring a rebellion or a declaration of a separation as a belligerent country? No. The police were there to serve a warrant of arrest for a Maoti member of the family. Then pagdating doon, nirakrakan nila ang pulis ng M60, nag-retreat. Then the Marines came the following day. 9 of my Marines that day who crossed the bridge of Pande died. And that started the war. Then how many were killed, including the army? It was, I said, started with a drug problem. I've been telling you all along that production of shabu is on the high gear because they're using the money to finance the revolution of the ISIS. Yan ang problema. Kaya, nang sa Davao, bahala na kayo kung yung ibang mayor ano gusto. Punta kayo ng Davao. How many days is the convention? Or the next 2, you will be in Davao, you go there. You cut short this convention here and the remaining 2 days. Punta kayo ng Davao, I will approve all your travel. Eh, wala kayong pera? Bigyan ko kayo. Pinagyayabang ko kasi doon talaga naglalakad nga. Walang naglalakad sa streets ng gabi. Kaya makita ka anong mayura na may sungay, tatanungin ka, why are you walking here? Hindi maniwala sabihin mo, ay may Pilipino. Ano? Walang tambay-tambay doon sa mga kanto-kanto, except on convenience store. Wala kang makita talaga. Everything ceases to exist in Davao at midnight. Wala na. Walang even parties. Ngayong party-party, puntahan ka ng police, you're disturbing the peace. It's actually a nuisance. Iba naman kasi kung abogado talaga ang mayor. He would know how to go around. Ngayong noon, it's 2 o'clock. Binaba ko ng 1. Ngayon, pagdating nitong butangiran ito, ginawan 1:12. Reklamo ng mga ang taga Davao, bagay sabi na, pag may marinig pa ako, 10:00 na. O, di sirado. Ngayon Davao, pag mag-inom pa, pag 12:00, kunin na yung ano mo. Ngayon, let us we talk sa reality. Sa Davao, sabi, oh, may happy-happy ba doon? Meron. Are there mga chicks? Well, yes. They can be found in any city. But realistically, Davao is the only place na walang vice squad. Tinanggal ko yung mayor ng vice squad kasi pinaghuhulihan nila yung mga babae dyan. Tapos, kinukuha yung pera, dinadala sa opisina, ginagamit pa. Akalo. Kaya sabi ko nga, do not give me that. Kaya lahat ng dumaang chief of police sa Davao, matino talaga yan. Yan si Bato, I'm not campaigning, Bato, si Morente, Koy, si Isidro La Peña. Kaya lang naisahan sila. Naisahan sila because hindi nga taga-riyan. O ngayon, itong warning ko, itong custom, sabi ko, baka permanente na talaga yan. Yung military kayo dyan. At sabi ko sa military, pag may magnakaw, mag-smuggling, patayin ninyo. That's my order. Barilin ninyo. Patayin ninyo. Kung buhay pa, paglapit mo, tudasin mo. So, kayong magnanakaw, you are free to, wala naman pipigil sa inyo eh. No one's going to stop you from smuggling them. Pero pag namatay ka, do not complain. Yan ang order ko. Sabi nila, hindi mahinto itong corruption sa customs. Tignan natin. Kasi dito, hindi na kataya yung bulsa mo. Kataya yung buhay mo. Puro kayo abuso. All these years, walang respect sa ang Pilipino. Ako sa panahon ko, whatever little that I can do. Tignan mo itong mga pulis. Itong si Asierto. Ito yung nagpatay ng... tingnan mo yung report niya. He's lying. He forgot that he made a report doon yung sa drug bust sa Davao. Nandiyan yan sa... Saan ba si... yung aid ko na polis? Saan yun? Iwan mo lang dyan kay Dani. There's a report there, but they forgot now. They're trying to say na inutusan ko ro siyang barilin yung putang ina ka, bakit ako magbayad sa iyong, yan ang trabaho mo, tigpatay? Tapos magbayad ako, di ibulsa ko na lang. Bakit ibibigay ko sa iyo? Trabaho mo yan. I had it memograph as a guide para makuha ninyo yung you better get the original na Meron yan eh. Then they tend to, itong Asierto na ito, yang si Michael Yang, well, he was there in Davao in 1998. Legit yan. As a matter of fact, the ambassador, when he goes to Davao, si Jiao, sleeps in the house of Michael Yang. Huwag mong sabihin, mas marunong ka pa sa Chinese intelligence. Kasi high profile ito. Alam mo na. Mga sing-sing na, mga relo na, minsan itong mga mayaman may pagkabayot. No offense intended. Mga relo, maglagay lang yung mga diamond. Crazy. Tsaka kung ikaw ang prosecutor, huwag kang mag-gold-gold dyan. Masali ka, taga-customs. Taga-customs. Yan. Kaya command conference ako noon, nagkagano ng kamay. Sabi ko, tanggalin mo yung kamay mo. Ang ganda ng Rolex mo ah. Regalo ito sa asawa ko, sir. Anong ang trabaho ng asawa mo? Hostess noon, sir, sa ano. Galing mo ah. Mga diamonds na. Tur. Pakakurne niya. Yun ang kurne, totoo yan. Ano? Just, kung mayroon man dyan, you wait until pag-retire mo. Pero huwag mong gamitin yan sa... Hindi maiwasan yan. Yung magbigay, hindi maiwasan yan. Mismong pinsan ko, nagaling sa inyo, Catherine, no practice, do not do that. So when he became one, sabi ko ngayon, alam mo na, huwag kang simple lang tayo. Tuloy ang gawin mo na hindi masyado talaga, mga babae, wag kayo, practice purity of the soul. Yung mga lalaki, sa trabaho, kuha ka na lang ng magandang babae. Dagdagan mo. Kuha ka dyan naman da. Wala pang... Pero wag yung may asawa, kaya masundan ka, kagaya ng iba. Doon ka patayin sa kwarto mo, sa motel. Yan ang dyan ang... I'm sorry to... pero basahin na lang natin ito lahat kasi ang sulat nito, baka nandito yung gaga. Sino sumulat nito? Basahin ko lang ito kasi I also encourage the leadership of the Prosecutors League to work with the Philippine National Police, the National Bureau of Investigation, and other relevant agencies to come up with solutions on how to better protect our prosecutors and their families. I am ready for any suggestion. Options, all are on the table. Anong gusto ninyong protect? Baril, I will allow it. Sana yung chip ninyo, may baon dito. Nagbaon niya ng... Sino wala man? Saan siya? Pinapakain pa siguro niya yung... Sino pa nagdala ng baon? Ay, Palawan to. Sigurado ka? Bakit siya nagmamadali? Sa kwarto yan. Tingnan mo. Tingnan mo, Dan. Balik ka muna si mo, kaya hindi pa tapos si Mayor. So, pero alam mo, bagay, you know the rules. So, stick to the rules. So, only yung pag-ayaw mo na, yan lang eh. When you go out of the rules, that becomes a problem. But I am open to, ako noon, kung magtanong kayo ng mga matatanda, may baril talaga ako. I cannot go out without a gun. Hindi ako komportable. Para akong, totoo yan, sabi nila, para akong nakahubad. Meron talaga akong baril. Kaya, alam mo naman, how, iniimbestiga ko yung mga military na eskalawag, yung police na eskalawag. Pero pag ang mabuti sa akin, ganito, right after I passed the bar, I got married, first wife ko. Yung nanay ni Inday, sumulpot kagad ito si Pulong. So I was forced to, nagpa-practice lang ako noon. but I was forced to augment the income. Nagturo ako sa Police Academy doon sa Mintal. There's an academy there for Region 11. So karamihan yung mga estudyante na police. At pinagsasabihan ko talaga sila, do not do this, do not do that. Huwag ninyo ako, kundi magbabarilan tayo dito. When I became mayor, gano'n rin. Sabi ko, Chief of Police, kaya matino tayong lahat. Yan si Bato is really fundamentally honest. Kasi yung mga, alam mo, magtanggap mo yan, mga lechon, mga Pasko. Pero kung sabihin mo, hingi gano'n, wala daw. Protecting criminals, lalo na drugs. He is fundamentally honest. Lahat yan silang chief of police ko na dinala ko dito. But nakilala ko yan sila, pati ang lahat ng cabinet members ko. Kasi dumaan ng Mindanao. Sabi nga nila, walang, kalaban ko daw Ilocano, gago. Kasi walang Ilocano. Ngayon, puro Ilocano to. Lahat generals na, ang karamihang generals natin, Ilocano. Ang ating reservoir sa ating fighting forces are Ilocanos and Ilonggo. Lalo na yung Ilonggo, hindi yung laki ng Panay. Wala, mababait yan. Yung Ilonggo na galing taga Cotabato. Yan, nasanay yan sa gera talaga. Damo sang Ilonggo Sundalo, aton ay may ara Ilonggo rin piskal. Raise your right hand, lintian. Ilan? Sige daw? Sige na, kami sabihin ako sa inyo. Hiya pa dyan. Alam mo ito si Piñol, gobernador yan siya, ako mayor. Kita kami sa airport. Yung noon, but not now, not as bad as before. Late yung flight. This is Davao, if you happen to pass by there, may masahe. Ang inalaalaw, pati dito, yung mga blind, para kumita, doon sa pre-departure area. Doon sila nagmamasahe for those waiting for their flights. Minsan delayed, yan kaya iba pa mamasahe. Ay delayed, so diretso na ako. Nagmamasaya ako, sige Mayor, kilala na boses ko. So yung isa magmasahe ng kamay para magkapera, yung isa sa paa, yung isa sa... Dumating ito si Piñol, nga Ilonggo nga. Damo sa hangin. Pagdating niya, sabi niya, Mayor, saan ka? Sabi ko, I'm waiting for my flight. Sabay tayo, sabi ko. So, magpamasahe ka na lang dyan. Kasi matagal pa yan. That's 1 hour. Sige, mamasahe. Itong pagmasahe na ng sabi na, Sir, Ilonggo ka? Oo man. Alam mo, di sa tono mo, sir. Sabi niya, Ilonggo ka po? Ay, oo, sir. Then, sa Pikit, Cotabato, sir, puro Ilonggo dyan Sige sa masahe. Lorenzana, taga dyan. Tapos, sir, may problema ka? Dako sa problema mo? Bakit? Sir, ulo mo, sir, may diferensya. Sabi ko, bakit? Sir, damo sang hangin ang gagawa, sir. Kaibigan ko si Pintor, huwag niyo sabihin yan. Pagalit yan. Tapa, ito si Pintor. Bago pa kami. Alam mo kung nakilala ko yan Sabi niya, Mr. President, I guarantee, English speaking yan that maybe if we can start immediately, at the end of this year, I can predict that we will be a rice exporting country. Tapos tinginan lahat ng bingbong. Tapos Sani Dominguez, naging agriculture secretary ni Core. Sabi niya, hangin yan. Bakit? Sabi niya sa English po kanya, guy, there's not enough land available this year to plant unity hybrids. It's being done in dyan sa Los Baños. But until then, we would not have something like high yielding per hectare you expect din yun. Kaya sabi ni Sani, that's impossible. Sabi ko, Pinyol, gibulgar ko, siling ni Sani dito, hangin lang na gina-istorya mo. Sabi, hindi sir, hindi mayor, basta ako when I put myself to task. Focus ako dyan. Believe me. Pagdating na, siyempre at the end of the year, may crisis. Nag-umpisa na, di ba? Towards the second half of the year, pag third year ko na to, nagkaroon na ng problema. So, sabi na, gano'n, marami na. Total, hindi naman ako naniwala talaga. Mabutit na lang, maraming drug addict. Ang drug addict, ang addict, kaya payat, hindi kumakain yan. Totoo, yung mga addict. Kaya the skinny. Hindi yan kumakain, kaladurat ang mata niyan. Walang tulog. Kaya kung wala ang mga addict, patay. Hindi kumakain, at least nalibre tayo noong crisis. Ngayon, na-rehab na lahat, putang ina, magkakrisis tayo nito. So, I hope that this convention will not just be a venue to forge stronger ties among yourselves, but also a platform to discuss ways to create a safer and more productive work environment in the National Prosecution Service. As you come together as one family, I ask you, my fellow prosecutors, to never waver in supporting the efforts of this administration in instituting the necessary reforms within DOJ and the NPA so that we may regain our people's trust and confidence in our justice system. Wala man, except for a few. I would not want to spoil somebody's appetite tonight. But meron talagang binabagsak. Pero yung sa Lapu-Lapu, I ordered the rearrest because I do not believe anymore on that archaic doctrine of how to characterize hot pursuit. Hindi na pwede yan. As a matter of fact, they can always go to the airport and buy a ticket to Hong Kong or somewhere else. And those who are the drug lords, they have the money there. And if it's really deposited, kung hindi na ng money laundering, nandoon na yun sa Amerika. Just like lahat. Mabilog ng Iloilo. Sabi ng asawa, sige yaw-yaw. Tignan ko, nagpunta ako sa Iloilo, kita ko. Sabi ko, ito ba ang mahirap? Ang pinaka-luod sa Bisaya, ang pinaka masusuka ka, yung kay Parahinog, yung wallpaper ng isang bahay niya, 500 pesos. And he was killing, just like Espinosa of Leyte, he was killing his own policemen yung ayaw sumunod at ayaw natatakot. Those were the guys na, and many others. Ako naman, magpa-slide lang ako. I've told them, you know, I gathered all the mayors of the Philippines in one room dito sa pisina ko. At sinabi ko sa kanila, harap-harapan, at matanong ninyo, you can ask them. Nabi ko sa kanila, huwag na huwag kayong pumasok sa droga. Papatayin ko talaga kayo. Believe me. Ayaw ninyong maniwala, bahala kayo. So yung hindi naniwala, governors, ganun rin. Pero wala ako sa... There are few of them. It was elite crowd. Same message. Huwag kayo. Wag na wag. Give me another case. Kung abuso, nagbugbog ka lang dyan, ganon. Maybe I can, well, Anyo might be, si Anyo, struktura, military kasi. Pero yung ibang kasalanan, okay lang. Kung kayong mga piskal, kung bigamy, ilipat mo lang ng ibang apartment, tulungan na lang kita. Yung namang adultery, stop it. Stop it. Pero marami na, in the course of my employment for so many years, lahat ng klaseng relationship. Judge to a stenographer, fiscal to another fiscal, ganon. Ako, lahat na. Ka-empleyado ko, empleyado ng stenographer ko, maganda kasi, totoo, police, meron rin ako. Totoo, alam nila yan. At marami pang iba. With the valuable help of the Prosecutors League, I am confident that we can further strengthen, improve, and reform the entire National Prosecution Service so that you may all become efficient, credible, impartial, and incorruptible prosecutors, upon whom our people may depend on whenever they feel wrong or aggrieved. Maraming salamat. But let me continue. Huwag muna yung pakpak. Hindi ko nga itong tapos. Marami ko pa kayang sabihin sa inyo. Gutom na kayo? Sige na lang. But let me assure you, ganito yan, pati sa police, and everybody in government, ito ang tandaan ninyo. You just do your duty in accordance with law. Kayo naman, mga police, may job description tayo. Sundin mo lang yan. Just follow the rules. At kung ano ang problema ninyo, magmademanda kayo, ako ang bahala. Dinimanda ako hanggang Supreme Court in a administrative case because of my People versus Salcedo versus Inting. It is page, volume 19, page 91. Nandiyan na, dinismiss ko yung sa kaso ng judge. Well, kung mabasa ninyo. At yung akin, I got puro acquittal. Hindi ka, abogado ka. Yung mas kasi noon, may national computer in the Philippines. Bago ka magbili ng computer, magpunta ka sa kanila. Ang gusto nilang bilihin, Yung tag 21,000, na may nakita naman ako doon sa mga bidder. Sabi ko, simple naman hindi naman complicated, mga interest mo lang yan. I need just a simple computer, 14,000. Pinilit nila. Bibili. So nagbili muna ako ng ilan. Sabi ko, subukan ninyo. Can it compare to the others that were earlier bought at a higher price? Demanda ko, punta ko Supreme Court, sabi ko, bakit mo ako pilitin magbili? On procedural and substantive grounds, nanalo ako. Duterte versus Sandigan. Nandyan sa scrap. At yung administrative na, alam mo nanay ko, every Christmas, nagpapaparte ako. Paparte ako sa mga pare. Noon, ngayon wala na, patayin mo ng mga yawa na. Wala na. Napaparte ako sa lahat ng mendicants. Yung lahat nasa streets. Then yung commercial sex workers. Protektado talaga sa daway. Walang vice-vice. Hindi makahuli ang pulis doon na yung magpasok-pasok ng hindi pretext. What business do you have? Inspecting itong mga health certificates ng mga babae. Gusto lang i-good time ng mga yawa na. Walang. Then, may AFP, PLP ako sila. Then, para sa mga LGBT, pati tumboy sali na sila. Tapos yung mga walang kamera, yung lahat pinapartiyan ko. Yung yung mga mahirap. Mayroon ba 7 days sunod-sunod yan, all sectors, blind, meron sila. Sunod rin ni Inday. Diyan ang kaso ko. Tapos maestra, kasi maestra marami. Nanay ko maestra eh. So umabot 30 million. Binira na ako ng, kaya yung ko ng kuha. My advice to them is ganito. You are a rule-making entity. As a matter of fact, pwede kang indemanda tayo for not following the regulation. Remember, they are not laws. According to COA, sabi ko, Supremo, bakit ako magpakain ako ng tao? Susunod ako sa iyong, bakit? Di kayo na lang ang mayor. Punta sa Supreme Court. Administrative case. Panalo ako. Kaya ang ibig sabihin ko ito sa kawagan nito. May paghihinakit ako. Kaya sabi ko minsan, kidnapin yan sila. Biro lang yan. So, alam mo minsan, nung mayor ako, may magdating. Tapos hanapin ako dito sa Maynila. Yung barong and tatters. Wala ng butones. Sabi ko, bakit siya nandito ka? Municipal treasurer, municipal secretary. Sir, may kaso kami sa Sandigan eh. Anong kaso? Yung pagbili ng traktor lang. Alam mo, magprangka-prangka tayo dito. Yung mga purchases na yan, ang ganon, doon, sa taas. It's either the governor or the mayor. Tapos, sila, sign. Pag sabi ng mayor, sign niya. Wala lang magawa eh. Pag demandahan na, I did not go far. Mag-isip kayo ngayon. I did not go far. Sinong nasabi? Wala. Hindi pamasahe, wala. Kaya pag ganon, maawa ka. Kaya sabi ko itong kuha. In the process, maybe, hindi naman karma, but bantay ka dyan because you know who is the real culprit. Yung mga pipirma yan, sabihin ng ano, bugbugin pa yan kung ayaw. Kaya yan ang sabi ko sa kuwa. Kaya pag hinakit ko sa ganito, you filed cases, paski noon, pati yung Mercury lang. Ang gusto ko yung orange. Kaya sa Davao, if you come in at night, parang San Francisco. Because it's all orange ang light. Gusto ko yun. Para may bidding ako doon. Gusto yung light na parang daylight na mahina man. Hindi maganda. But hindi kagaya ng sodium sa taas makita mo. Colorful ang syudad mo. Parang dati ka ng LA. Tapos, dinamanda nila ako. Sabi ko, ako, as long as may bidding ako sa gusto ko na, huwag mo akong turuan kung ano ang gusto ko sa syudad ko. Kasi the sentiment of the people is reflected in my thinking of how I would run the city. Well, anyway, alam ko gutom na kayo. I advise you to get, huwag kayo makuha ng 45. It's too heavy. Go for the Glock 19. Ang Glock, hindi talaga nagda-jam yan. I'm not advertising the Glock, but it's a fact. That's why we bought it for my policemen. It's a Glock 19. Tsaka hindi nagda-jam yan. And maintenance free. Hindi, magkakalawang yan. Pagkatapos, tapon mo kung sa isang kanto. Yan lang. And wag naman kayo, baka kayo mga lalaki, putang ina, pag mahuli kayo ng asawa, tapos makipagbarilan ka doon sa, ikaw pa nang nangagaw, ikaw pa ang papatay. Ang piskal na ito. I am open. Pati yung, I really do not know how to come up with the perfect way of protecting you. But I'm sure that hindi lahat ng maligaya sa inyo. Ako, kasi dumaan ako. 9 years ako na prosecutor. I was doing trial work every day. On a footnote, baka yun rin ang nagpaano sa akin. Marami man kaming anak ng politiko. You know, my father was governor of Davao noon. When he died, they gerrymandering sila. So, binigay doon sa the Almendrases and kuwang ko yung Del Sur. There's a new one, Occidental, Davao del Sur, Davao Occidental, Davao del Norte, Davao Oriental, Cumbal Valley, tapos Davao City. Medyo ako sa tilad. And at that time, yung provincial fiscal ng Davao was the father of Bingbong. Yang muka na, yan yung muka ng tatay niya. Talagang swak. Leo, justice, became eventually justice. Justice Medaldia. Yun ang short history natin. Pero yung tigas yun. I used to watch him in court. Ateneo yun. Galing. And I'd like to introduce you to my spokesman, brilliant spokesman, Sal Panelo. Picture one. Hindi lang ito ngayon nagsuot na matisi is sartorial. You know, si Sal minsan, pati ako, do not be offended. Minsan, he is to me the epitome of sartorial confusion. So I'm very happy to see you, and I said, you can come to me. Kung kaso lang na sa trabaho ninyo, I will do everything to protect you. Gagaya rin ng pulis na ano, bakit ka magkulong? Why do you suffer for doing your duty? Wala akong politika. Baski anak ka sa labas, inoy-inoy, okay lang. Wala kayong ano. Just ang akin, just tell me the truth. So, I would know how to navigate, lalo na yung harassment charges. I'm sure si Secretary would also not magprotekta ng tao. He's a very upright man. Walang babae, wala lahat. Straight. So, si Chief, wala lang babae. Wala kang babae? Magbabae ka ba? Sabihin nila, bakla ka o... Meron dapat. Para maratsar ko kayo lagi. Sabay-sabay tayo. Yan man ang issue sa akin. Ang issue sa akin sa Davao, kung mga taga-Davao, kung nandito, di ba? Babae pati extrajudicial killing. On both ka, totoo. Sige kayo ulit-ulit dyan, totoo. Ano ngayon? Babae, sabi doon sa the 46 sins of Duterte, sabi, 4 daw yung babae ko. Ulul. 6 lahat yan. I'd like to thank you for inviting me to talk to you. I'm not into giving speeches actually. I'm more of a talker na I'd like to converse to my audience. Ganon ang style ko. And I hope that I made myself very clear. There are things you might not really like about me, but that is between me and my God. So basta trabaho lang tayo, and I do not ask favor. Kung pagdating sa inyo, ang husga ninyo, gano'n, I will not go to you. I will face the world and say that it was because I love my country. I will not allow it as a failed state or a narco. Tignan mo naman niya ngayon, kung bitawan ko lahat. Now, the list of ganito, this is the most appropriate time to say it. Yung listahan ng mga addict or drug users or traffickers, yung mga artista, yung ibang tao, hindi ko bitawan yan. Alam mo bakit? Hindi naman sila seeking public office. But those who are seeking public office and will someday, if they win, hold power, yan ang problema. Kaya I am morally, legally bound to tell the people, ito yung mga kandidato ninyo. O bahala kayo. If they still vote for you, fine. This is a democracy. But the people ought to know, and that is my solemn duty, to inform the public the right of information and to know who are the idiots there. Binitawan ko na for private persons, mga artista, wala yun. Doon na lang kayo sa yung bagong video. Alam mo, I'd like to say something. Before I end, let me, hindi naman apologize. Freedom of expression. Si Tatad kasi, yung una sabi niya may may sakit ako, kidney, na-confine ako, serious. Mag-uwi lang ako sa Davao, mag-rest, I want it about 3 days, kasi pagod talaga ako. Sabi nga gano'n, in and out ako sa hospital, may cancer of the colon. Halos gano'n ang tirada niya araw-araw sa... You read the newspaper. I mean, how unfair can you get? Tapos araw-araw lang. Pati tuloy ako naniwala na. So, one day, paghubad ko, papunta akong shower, nawakan ko, wala ng jacket, nawakan ko yung puwit ko. Inamoy ko, amoy tae mo lang to. There is nothing there, there's a rotting meat or carcass there. Tapos nung last, doon na talaga ako na putang ina. Kasi may mga tiya ako na, mga sister ko, matanda na. Sabi niya na he started. Sabi niya, namatay na ako. Huwag naman gano'n. Kasi may mga kapatid ako matanda na hindi nagmaganda ang makamamatay. Kaya naganti ako. Sabi ko ito si Tatad. Ikaw, Tatad, putang ina mo. Letse ka. Aminin ko, may sakit ako lahat. Ikaw, putang ina, you have a serious case for 30 years of diabetes. Ikaw, mabuti. Ikaw, ang utin mo hindi na pag may diabetes ka 30 years, no more. Sabi ko, hiraman ko yung asawa mo isang gabi, pahipuin ko ng katawan ko. Sige. Ini-insulto, gano'n nakasakit rin. Putang ina mo, hiningi mo eh. You ask for it, then I'll give it to you. Raw. Sabi mo, bastos ako, putang ina, totoo, bastos talaga ako. Sabi ninyo, hindi ako statesman, totoo talaga yan. Yung sa eskwelahan, wala namang subject statesman. Pero kung ganunin mo niya ako, kayo mga taga rito, ganun lang yan. Tayo, wala itong dalawa. Okay. Ito, mga ganun pa yan siguro. Kami mga ganun. True or false? Gobs. Pero pag may Viagra, pero bantay ka, focus ka talaga. Sir, ang Viagra gano'n yan eh. Kung ma-out of focus ka, disgrasya. Wala. Sino may-ari dito? Okay. Pabungsado kayo. Okay. Restored. Wala, itong ganito, medyo wala na, better. Ito, time to accept the reality of life. Acceptance is the word. You better learn to accept kasi kita mo yung angling niyan. Patuloy na yan. So, again, I'd like to thank you. Ladies, i-dispensa mo na yung biro ko. Total, handa naman kayo. Para maalam rin ninyo. You'll understand those who have yung mga matatanda na asawa. You can help na huwag ninyong pagalitan. Ano ba yan? Sabi mo ba yan? Mahiya tuloy yan. Wag ganun na yan. Salamat.
President, May we respectfully